All right, here we are. First live episode of the Childlike Podcast. It probably isn't going to be a super long one, maybe about 45 minutes to an hour at most. Um, but, hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry, there's going to be something of an adjustment period. I'm used to being off camera and being able to edit everything after the fact. But yeah, we're back. Hopefully, we stay that way. And yeah. So first things first. This is probably going to be how we do the podcast from now on. Just do a live chat in the room, which hopefully will be a little cleaner as we go. And then when I get into the shorter form content, that's where things will be edited and whatnot. So sorry, I got a text. Today, probably not going to do any specific topics apart from actually no. I intended to do this on Agatha all along and the Penguin, but thus far I'm in 2 episodes of Agatha and haven't touched Penguin yet. So we're not doing that. So I think what we're gonna do today is just general discussion. If anybody pops in, which maybe. If not, just gonna talk about some things, float some ideas. Maybe we'll get some engagement or comments later that'll help give me an idea of what people are interested in. But I have a few ideas of my own right now. Chief among them being just doing just little discussion videos when I'm not doing the podcast. Probably gonna continue the podcast weekly, if not bi-weekly. I've been kind of floating on that. Although I think I am just gonna do the podcast weekly and do bi-weekly just regular videos. Most of those are probably going to be discussion. They're going to be a little more put into them, just some light scripting maybe, and some editing and such. As it's going to be rough starting off because I'm not practiced at editing of any kind really, but we'll get there. You learn by doing generally, so I'm going to do it and learn it hopefully. Hold on. Well, there's a lot of glare on my forehead right now. Let me check something. Is that no? That's worse. So now you can only see half my face. I gotta get some actual lighting. One moment, please. Maybe if I... One second. This is the kind of riveting content you come here for, I know. Is that... That is so much better. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that light stays over there. Cool. Now that we know that... Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll go over some news real quick. We're not even 5 minutes in yet. So yesterday, James Gunn announced the Dynamic Duo movie which is going to be like a mixed media thing. According to the post, it is. Let me just pull it up here. It's going to be. It's an animation studio, which I think he said was a newer studio, like introducing or whatever, or inaugural. Maybe that was the word he used. Okay. DC Studios, Warner Bros. Pictures Animation, greenlit film for theaters, dynamic duo, the story of Robin, or should I say Robins. So it's going to be about Dick and Jason. So maybe I don't know if that's like that makes me think that it's going to be like a Nightwing Robin team up kind of thing. Maybe like a it's going to be generational. It's funny that it's going to be Dick and Jason. So it's going to be like Jason or Dick early years as Nightwing. Or he'll still be Robin and just be like solo Robin. I don't know. We'll see. But the first feature film from the visionary Swaybox. Okay, so I guess that's a studio. Yeah, Swaybox Studios. Okay, so they haven't done a movie. I don't know what else they've done. I actually haven't looked much into this. Produced with our partners at Matt Reeves' Sixth in Idaho, which I guess that's also a studio or something. A mix of animation, puppetry, and CGI. That's cool. So I guess it's going to be kind of like probably aesthetically similar to Spider-Verse with that kind of mixed media aesthetic that it tends to do, especially with Across Spider-Verse. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I love the Robins, just in general as a concept. Let me look more into this Swaybox Studios. That's not what I wanted. Swaybox Studios. Puppet animation studio based in New Orleans. What have they done anything? Hold on. This is what you're here for. Me sitting here looking at my phone. Swaybox Studios. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm looking at a kind of, I guess, kind of like a what do you call it? Proof of concept kind of thing, like a test sequence. And they're recreating scenes from The Iron Giant and the Rescuers Down Under in their kind of style. And it looks like, so like the characters and stuff, like it looks like puppets, but it looks like it's been put through some kind of CG, like a CG filter or something. Not a filter, that's the wrong word. I don't know how to describe that, but definitely look it up. It doesn't look like they've actually done any they've actually produced any like official projects. It's mostly just been like a kind of independent crew, kind of like a corridor. That's cool though. I'm kind of stoked for that. I mean, not even kind of. I'm super stoked for that. Animation has been really getting its due lately, and I mentioned that in one of the previous episodes. Obviously, talking about X-Men '97, which I don't think I don't remember when my last episode was. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't think that the finale had aired by the time I did that. Um, I just pulled up my own stream on my phone. Um, hold on. Episode 5. When was that? May 11th. Had X-Men finished by then? So that one was posted. That was episode 5, posted May 11th. The previous episode, which was at the time a weekly show, April 18th. So like almost an entire month between episodes. And then from episode 5 to now has been it's October 2nd, and that was May 11th. So May, June, July, August, September, almost 5 months. Really nailing this. I've had a lot going on. For those of you who may not have seen, that's something I could talk about. Little change pace. Anyway, for those of you who may not have seen the video I did not yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days, a couple days ago, I did a little live, and it was like 4 minutes, if that, of me kind of giving an update. I started school back. Had a lot going on. I have something of an extra family member in my house. There was some medical stuff going on. It's just been kind of all over the place. But I've kind of got my bearings a little bit. I have my desk set up down here. Maybe I'll show that off in a short later, which I do. I think I am going to do short content of some kind, like YouTube shorts. Just getting on and talking about whatever. Not like doing dances and stuff like that, but just like quick little like informational or just rambling things, which that's what I do. I ramble about things that I enjoy and interest me. Oh. But yeah, I think I will do that. I'll go over a quick little desk setup thing. And I'm gonna try and figure out how to do instead of like strictly podcast streams, do like instead of just having me sitting here talking to a camera, see if I can't figure out how to record my drawing on this thing and do that live, because that would be pretty sick, I think. And I don't know if that's something I can do. I mean, I know it is. It's something I can do. I just don't know how to do it yet. But I'm gonna try to figure it out. And if I can, then I will, and that'll be fun. So that's one more cog in the content machine. I've I'm gonna stick to mostly like just pop culture stuff here. I have been kind of hyper focused on like history and archaeology lately, which I mean that's what I'm hoping to do career wise, long term. But I've just been that's all the only thing I've been consuming lately is just podcasts and videos. Like I've recently discovered a podcast called Bridges, and it's run by oh god, I can't remember the name. One of them, the guy. He's like I've seen him. I'd seen him a few times beforehand. Destiny. He's like a debater. Um, I never watched any of the videos, but I'd seen him pop up in various circles. But in the podcast, he's really engaging, especially the episodes that I've seen. I haven't seen all of them. I've only seen 3, and it's his partner, whose name I cannot remember. She, from what I can gather, is she has a background in psychology. So it's just an interesting, really interesting podcast, and the guests that they have on, um, it's mostly like content creators and people like that. But one of them, the way I found them is one of my personal favorite creators. Milo Rossi, Mini Minute Man is his name on YouTube. But he does all kind of like archaeology stuff. He was on a show, and I watched that because he's one of those guys. I'll watch anything he's on. Um, and then during that episode, he mentioned that they had on another guy that I watch who I just recently discovered, a Dr. Flint Dibble. He's also an archaeologist. He focuses primarily on uh, animals of ancient Greece and like what they ate and stuff like that. But he mentioned that he had been on, so I was like, oh, I'll go check that out too. And I watched both of those episodes; they were fantastic. And then they had both of them on the same show, and that was some of the best. It was like a 3.5 hour long episode. That was one of the most engaging podcasts I've ever listened to. Because these guys are just they're real big on the like on pushing back against like pseudo archaeology and the alt history crowd, and just had the Arius. I don't know how to say your name. It looks like Fournier or Fournier. Sure. Are you asking about the podcast that I'm talking about? Because that's called Bridges. With you know what, I'm gonna stop disrespecting them and actually look up their names. Um, it's called the Bridges podcast. With what are their names? Um, sorry, they don't actually have their. It's Destiny is the dude's name. It's not his real name. That's his like uh stage name, I guess you would call it. And Kyla. I don't. I'm not seeing their last names. I'm gonna do some more research on. Okay, here we go. Stephen Bonnell, who is Destiny, and Kyla Turner. Yeah, it's a really great podcast. The episodes I listen to anyway. Um, and they have another episode that I have in my watch later that it's from a couple of months ago. I haven't watched yet, but it's another YouTuber by the name of Mr. Beat, and he does a lot of like history stuff. And I really enjoy his stuff too. So I'm looking forward to watching that and seeing what that's about. And they posted a couple of clips. So it looks like what they do a lot of the time is they post clips of their upcoming episodes to like hype it up, I guess. And they posted clips of another YouTuber that I follow, um, named Ranton, and he's a former Shaolin student, but he posts like shit post videos a lot of the time, like or at least that's the nature of the content that he makes. It's mostly like movie or mostly video game reviews now, but sometimes he talks about like his time at the Shaolin Temple and stuff. He's just really really funny. I found him during COVID. He's hilarious. Um, so I'm looking forward to see what that's about. And it's like a Joe Rogan type deal where they just get people on and they just talk to them whatever their field is. Like they've had uh, like political debaters, which is a lot of what they talk about. It's very because that's what Destiny does. But they had the archaeology guys on, the history guys. They've had a couple of, from what I could tell, a couple of doctors or like doctor adjacent people. I didn't actually look at all the names to see who they all were, but I recognized some of them. It seems to be a pretty a widely cast net, and now they got Ranton on here, and like I said, he's like his stuff is either talking about the Shaolin Temple or talking about just whatever video game he's into, and shit posting. So yeah, it's pretty broad. But anyway, the whole reason I even brought them up, actually, I don't even remember why I brought them up. Either way, it's a good podcast. Definitely check it out. If you just want to have something on in the background that'll make you think a little bit. I think, yeah, I have no idea why I even brought them up. It was probably school related or history related or something. Not a clue. Anyway, I just derailed the absolute hell out of myself. But yeah, check it out. It's good. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. And that was one of them. Damn, yeah, I cannot remember why I why I brought that podcast up. Uh, yeah, no clue. Anyway, um, so yeah, I'm thinking we're just gonna do. I'm gonna keep doing podcasts like this live because that's just easiest for long form is to just turn it on and start talking. Um, I would love to get some other people on eventually, and I whether that be in person, like in the same room, or like over Zoom or whatever. I know a couple of people who would be somewhat interested. Um, hopefully, but and then I'm thinking that after that, I thought that's who that was. I wasn't sure, but I thought that's who that was. Um, but yeah, is that Fournier? Is that how you pronounce that? We'll wait for him to respond. What even is it? Like, is it what is that from? Is that from something, or did you just think of it off the top of your head? the dignity of not saying that out loud. Says we have 2 people in watching right now. Is that what that is? I think that's what that means. Unless that includes me. I have no idea what most of the UI on here means. I'm still very much figuring it out. Trying to, you know what? That's what this is gonna be. It's gonna be me figuring out what this stuff even means. There's a manage tab. I'm afraid to click on it. Can I click on this and not ruin the stream? I think I can. It doesn't do anything. Okay, that's fine. Oh, participants. Here we go. Yeah, it's me. It's just it includes me, so it's me and you. Well, the guy in chat with the funny name that I don't know how to pronounce, is one of those people who may or may not eventually be on here. It's a very good friend of mine. But yeah, it's an alt account. Okay, I'll try not to take that personally. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I still don't even know, like, if I can do like a remote stream on YouTube or if it's something that I have to do like on Zoom and then later post on YouTube. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. It's fine. Yeah, I have no idea what I was even talking about. You came in and messed me up. Now that I know who you are, I can officially blame you for throwing off my train of thought. Anyway, check out that podcast and both. Okay. Okay. Why? That's funny. I'm amused by that. Check out that podcast and both of those names that I mentioned. It's Flint Dibble, Dr. Flint Dibble, again, archaeologist, zooarchaeologist, and Milo Rossi, Mini Minuteman on YouTube. And Flint, also Dr. Dibble, also has a YouTube. I think it's just his name. Archaeology with Flint Dibble. So check that out. He's great. He actually just started a podcast himself, a live stream podcast. He's kind of doing the same thing I'm doing, just kind of, yeah, Dibble. Spelled exactly like that. Dibble. Where he's just like live streaming it and making it up as he goes, except he has like a green screen background thing. But that was a great podcast. He it's called the Big Archaeology Podcast, which is kind of an inside joke because all those alt history guys, the big archaeology doesn't want you to know this kind of things. There's no such thing as big archaeology, by the way. Go check. He explains it way better than I could. So does Milo. Again, Mini Minuteman, all one word on YouTube. Fantastic. One of the biggest inspirations for me to go back to school, actually. That guy. But he, especially in the podcast with both of them, they just go over precisely why the kind of misinformation that's peddled by these alt history people, while on the surface not that harmful, generally speaking, but it's running the risk of dipping into a slippery slope fallacy here, but it can lead to certain things like like getting into a conspiracy mindset and ignoring things that are actually dangerous, like taking attention away from legitimate conspiracies to talk about uh, things that are not true, demonstrably so. So it's just really interesting stuff. And I've been on a big uh, uh, misinformation thing lately. It's been like my biggest pet peeve. So, and these guys really scratch that itch. So you should definitely check that out. Dr. Dibble actually recently got pretty big because of a he went on Joe Rogan, was invited on to debate with Graham Hancock, who is a self-proclaimed journalist. Which I say self-proclaimed, he is. He's a journalist, but he has been pushing this ancient civilization narrative for the better part of 30 years, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Fact check that. I could be wrong. Actually, you know what? I'll fact check that while I'm talking. But he is the one behind that Netflix series Ancient Apocalypse that came out last year or the year before. But it's it's just theories that are so full of holes they're not even there, basically. And Flint went on that podcast and went on Joe Rogan and debated Graham Hancock, got him to actively admit that there was no real evidence for any of his theories, um, and kind of blew up after that, uh, and has been hit with a lot of harassment from some some less than savory folks ever since because of it. But he's been doubling down. I mean, he's been getting a lot of exposure lately as a result, well deserved exposure at that. So silver linings. Um, I'm probably gonna go for about another 10-ish minutes, and then I need to sign off. I'm also gonna try and figure out. I don't know if you can, but I'm gonna do some fiddling with this to see if I can do like if I can have my intro that I had on the other one in. I just popped up another participant. What the? Okay, maybe that's not what that is. I thought that was like the participants, like here uh in the stream, but maybe it's not because it's saying 3, but there's only 2 of us here. That being me. When I pull up the participants tab, oh, now it's just me. Maybe that's just participants in chat, but it's showing. I don't even know. Yeah, I do. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I might be able to just do that. Let me look. There's a pop out dashboard. What is this? It's taking a really long time to load, whatever it is. But yes, Mr. Fournier, I do need to figure out how to show my face and the screen when I'm streaming. Oh, hey, yeah, here we go. Concurrent viewers 3, 5 views, chat rate 1. I don't know what chat rate means, but necessarily. Oh, now it says 5. Do I have 5 people in the stream right now, or it says 3 concurrent, or is that just how many views total? Because that number's gone up and down. Oh, here's a button that says share screen. Um, I can get rid of that. Share screen, entire screen. Yeah, that. Let's see. Oh, it went. Oh my god. Oh no, that is not what I was going for. Whoops. Hold on. Let me. The hole I've just put myself into. Jesus Christ. That's scary. Hold on. Can I? Oh no. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Like, have this one. And then do that. Maybe. So I can still see the chat and everything. I don't know. I'm showing all my secrets. Damn. Okay, we're gonna stop for now. I'm gonna open 2 windows before opening, then switch windows with Alt Tab. Before opening what? This or just a new? Big facts. I don't have the equipment for that. Yeah, so oh, okay. You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. Can I have? You know what? What am I doing? Hold on. I'm being bit like mega dumb. I'm opening different tabs, not different windows, like a big old dummy. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if this works. See, that's just opening up. Hold on. Gonna do this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let me try this real quick. That is still not doing quite what I want it to do, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Maybe I do like a half screen thing. I'm sure I can edit it. I'm gonna play with it a little bit and see what I can figure out later off air. But okay, let's see what this looks like. So I can share individual tabs too, but I don't really have time to experiment a whole lot right now. Okay. So what are you oh boy. Yeah, that's not working out either. We're gonna figure this out. It's not doing things I want it to do though. So it does not look right. God. Okay, hold on. So I have individual tabs I can share. And then windows that I can share. So what's that show? Looks like nothing. Okay. So I wanted maybe I don't know. Because what I'd like to do is like do what you're saying. So I can show like the research, but and still do like still be able to see my like the stream and the chat at the same time. And that's proving somewhat difficult, but I gotta get going soon. So what I am instead going to do is I'm going to do a real quick thing here. I'm going to pull up the podcast as well as Mr.'s Flint and Milo. Holy Jesus. Show their pages so that everybody can see who I'm talking about. Oh my God, this thing is being so slow. My poor computer is not used to this kind of workload, dude. There's so much going on, and she does not know how to handle it. Okay, so I'm gonna share this. All right. Yeah, I know. So we're gonna go to Bridges podcast. Yep, this is the logo right here. This is that. This is the hosts. These are some of the guys that they've had on. Okay, here. So this is the one that I was talking about. This is Milo and Flint. So this is Milo, Mini Minuteman, and then here's Flint, Mr. Flint Dibble, or Dr. Flint Dibble, I should say. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna go. So can you? Oh, hey, wait a minute. Hey, here we go. Okay, so this is what you see, right? Can you see me down here? I wonder if there's a way I can bring the chat over. Or maybe I just need to have... Wait, pop out chat. Yeah, okay. Okay, see, now we're getting places right here. This is... Hey, motherfucker. Give me this. And I'll make that smaller. Are you still here? If not, that's fine, but... I'll have to do this when I can get some better feedback. Okay, so, and then we're gonna go to Mini Minuteman. Juan Mr. Milo Rossi. Dude's hilarious. He does a lot of like debunking stuff, but he also does like he went through he did like a motorcycle trek through tour of America last year before. That was a really cool series. He just does all kind of really cool archaeology videos. Like talks about all kinds of cool stuff. Like this one, the Green Sahara, I really enjoyed. I definitely encourage you to check that one out. This one was really funny. I think it was for April Fools. It's just the like a conspiracy theory involving the Bass Pro Shop. Dark Roots. This is the one I was talking about. Awful Archaeology. This is how I found him. So I found him forever ago. Like he only had a handful of videos posted on YouTube at the time. Yeah, I found him. It was really cool though. Stuff. He's really down to earth. He's super funny. He's talked to a bunch of like legitimate, professors. Flint Dibble, but a couple others. Like there was one where this guy did a reaction to one of his videos, and it kind of like gave him some pretty harsh critique. And dude had him on. Milo had him on the show, and they did a video together, or not on the show. They did a video together. Like he responded really well to it. Like anytime he's called out on like false information, like if he says something that's wrong or doesn't quite paint the right picture, he'll take that responsibility on, and he'll accept it, and he'll learn from it. And yeah, he's a really, really good really good content creator. Really cool dude. And this, I've been here forever, but this is Dr. Flint Dibble. This is his little read up, his about thing. He is super cool, also really funny, has a cool hat, looks exactly like you'd think an archaeologist would look. And he's got a really cool and really funny name that definitely helps with recognition as well. So yeah, both of those guys, a lot of fun. Highly recommended. And that about does it for me. I need to get going here. So yeah, it's good to be back. Hopefully I can keep this up and actually get some good stuff going. And actually make a thing of it. But we'll see. So thanks for tuning in. The one guy, it's it's fine. We'll get there. It's fine. Yeah. We'll see you later. Oh, that didn't. I made the face and everything, thinking it would cut off there, and it didn't. Yes, I would like to end stream. Bye, guys.